You're welcome to another great episode of Facing Fact on the Lagos Panorama Teleview. With me here is an aspirant for the Lagos State House of Assembly, Ikeja Constituency I, Oyebiyi Ladapo. Welcome on to the program. Wow, can you just give us an intro of who you are?
Okay, my name is Oyebiyi Ladapo. As you have stated earlier, I'm a lawyer, a legal practitioner. We like to see lawyer of the Supreme Court of the Federal Government of Nigeria. That's how we like to say it, to carry or weight. And I've been a lawyer for the past 13 years. I went to Lagos State University, and I went to King's College Lagos, International School Lagos, and of course Nigerian Bar. Pretty much that's the introductory part of where I will start from. And over time, you get to know a lot of people.
All right, you are vying for the Lagos State House of Assembly, Ikeja Constituency I. What inspired this aspiration?
Thank you very much. I have been inspired by so many people in my life, home and abroad. I'll tell you first of all, for a fact, Mahatma Gandhi stood for something, but something's got to give in life when it comes to politics and government. He stood for something regardless of his educational background and all he went through. But something must trigger you that will drive you for some level of change. Also, I can speak for Bobby Kennedy. He initially started like a professional technocrat lawyer. He was an attorney general in his brother's time. But he stood for something and he inspired me in his own realm. And most of all, Barrister Oyebiyi Ladapo. There's something about his 93 and my 2023. I emulate him in every way. From business to intelligence to relationship to influence, from just the way he walks through rooms and corridors on. So I'm inspired by that, and his message as at Hope 93 was I can connect with it in every way as a Nigerian, and a businessman and a private sector person. And without forgetting, I have to mention the most recent inspiration I had as a child in 1998 when I had an encounter with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, he will live around the same terrain, and he's just an enigma. I cannot find the right words to define his personality. The way he moves in rooms and the way he governs. I was watching a couple of videos about him in the colloquium, and I was just seeing the fire in him, which I possess. And when you find people that can deliver, that have creative thinking, solutions and approach, we're not just qualified, but we have the competence to deliver and let everybody feel included. It was no-brainer for me to just come out just in time, because I know it's time. That's it. And we want, most of all, to buttress my point. I just felt it's about time that young people start getting into rooms where decisions are being made for their future. A lot of people cannot tell what my challenges are, what my story is. I'm an entrepreneur. I've run a law firm and I have businesses. I've also served in government, and I have seen how it works. But I realized that so many people cannot speak for my challenges, neither can they give me solutions for my challenges. So it's about time I start to be in such a place to inspire other people to come out.
Okay, fine. In fact, you're already leading me to my next question, yes, which is the not too young to run. The Nigerian youth, do you think they are ready to take part in governance? Do you think they are really prepared, considering that you yourself, you're a youth? And what are you guys bringing to the table?
Thank you very much for this honest question, and I'll answer it very honestly, because it's about time we start giving honest approach. I tell people so many times, you can win a situation by telling the truth. So if you stand on the truth, defend the truth, so you don't have to think about a lie to defend what you cannot handle. The not too young to run bill is a welcome idea in the interest of Nigerians as a whole, but a lot of us Nigerian youths are qualified but not competent. Competency is the hallmark of anything. So now, for those of us that are competent, we will change the narrative, because a lot of Nigerian youths have come out and they have failed, to be honest. And youth is an ideology, by the way. If we talk about the likes of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in 1991 or 2 or 3, he was a senator. right? I think I was about 37 or 38 years old. He was I presume, if I would stand to be corrected, if we fact check over time, Senate Majority Leader, and the likes of many other of them, Atiku Abubakar. As at that moment, the fire is burning in them, and they were the best foot we could have put forward. And we are not disappointed in them today because of what they've done. So we have that fire that they have transferred over time to us. And I feel as long as the competent ones are the ones that emerge, the not too young to run bill will be a welcome idea that will inspire other competent people, not just qualified. I mean, everyone is qualified when you are over 18 or when you have gotten this level of certificate. So the bill is welcome. And for people like myself, I speak for myself, for what we've done over the years and our track record, I was in transportation, I was a special assistant to the then acting commissioner. I know the value I have added. People know the value I've added around neighborhoods, in my profession, in my career, in tech. So if we're bringing all that and that energy into it, I am very certain that this is the beginning of greater things to happen to our Lagos state. You understand? So that's where I'm coming from. It will be a success when people like myself start to emerge and be in rooms that decisions are being made in the interest of the state at large.
Wow. Let's presume that you win the ticket to represent your party and you eventually win the general election.
Yeah.
After 4 years, what would you want the people of Ikeja Constituency I to remember you for?
This question is very, very, very
technical.
It's not necessarily. It requires a lot of honesty.
Yes.
You see, in every stage you get to in life, you take life one step at a time. I was talking to some people over there. I said there are some times where you want to do something for people and they don't want to accept it, but it comes from a good place. Where I will be judged right and where life will be fair to me is when I do what the people want, not what I have in mind. Doing what the people want is what is very, very vital and key. A lot of us politicians do what we feel, but there are different people with different challenges in their stages and their age of time. The age of time we find ourselves now has unique and peculiar challenges. It is just right to speak to the people, know the people. If, for example, I need to explain this part because I've seen this thing over time. I have studied politics for years. I have done research for years. In my private space, I have met with leaders. I've traveled around Nigeria to meet different types of leaders that have aspired for presidency, just not because I needed anything from them, but just because it's my interest. I can tell you categorically that if you do not walk the walk, you cannot talk the talk. If you do not study, if you do not research, if you do not ask questions, you can never know. So if you just bring somebody because you feel, oh, I think he's qualified. If you don't really speak, if you don't ask me if I have eaten, would you know if I need food? You know, so it's about time people that have understood the terrain. It's like doing a business, scanning. Let's say I'm an expert in America. I want to do business in Nigeria. And I'm saying, because it works in America. No, you must come to Nigeria and understand the terrain. What exactly can this one? How does tax work? What is this one? What is that one? And see or ascertain is that at the end of time, nature will be fair to me because I have done what the people want. So one thing they will know and they will learn from my own style of representation is with honesty, you will succeed for who you are. God that created you to be however you are wants you to use who you are to be useful and beneficial to the people. So don't try and be somebody else. Do not pretend, because you cannot pretend for 4 years. If you get there in 1 year, by year 2 they know the kind of person that you are. So if you say, oh, Oyebiyi is like this, that's how you are going to see me and that's how I will be. If you ask all the people that know me, all my friends, all my uncles, aunties, neighbors, they know that this is how I am wired and this is how we do. But I can guarantee that at the end of 4 years, nature will be fair to me because I have done what the people want, and they would know how to win on honesty, integrity. They will know the value of these words. We use a lot of words carelessly. Integrity. What is integrity? What is honesty? What is truth? What is empathy? But everybody just shouts, he's a man of integrity, he's a man of you. What is humility? Humility is not because I'm bowing down to greet you. Humility is exerted from my utterances, my speech, my nature, my character, my pedigree. Not just because I'm prostrating to greet others does not make me humble. Because if I'm rich and I'm saying it does not make me humble. So we would re-educate ourselves, we will reorientate ourselves, and I know that Ikeja one will be on the forefront of things because this is the capital of the state. It requires some level of swagger, it requires some level of character, it requires representation. So many things will make this. It's like Washington DC, it's like London. Coming to Nigeria, say, oh, Lagos, oh, Ikeja, it is a place of prestige, and I am very sure that is where we're going to take it back to by the special grace of God. Thank you very much.
Wow, that is quite incisive, and I'm sure our audience out there too will agree with me that you have really talked very well. And to round this up, in your last remark, you have talked so much about the people, and the people. That means it has a reflection of a progressive and a Democrat. Am I right?
Oh, I agree. I agree in all honesty. That's why, you see, there are different types of people. People are peculiar. Everyone is different in their own and special in their own ways. You see, that's why I spoke about something I learned from a person I really admire, which I forgot to mention his name because I behave so much like that man, Babatunde Raji Fashola.
Okay.
You know, so he spoke about something of age of time.
Yeah.
If you remember one of the debates, I have held that word so much and I have used this to speak, you know. There are different people of different age of time. If you identify different people of different age of time, trust me, your success is just in the bag already, you know. So the people need. I am one of the people too. I have never peculiarly seen myself running for office, to be honest. You see, but you see, when you are part of the people and the people are just like fish out of water, and you can tell that there's something in you that can make these people have some level of hope. It's more or less like I hear a gunshot. I'm in my living room as we are, and I just stand up and I'm trying to run out and you are chasing me. It's obvious that something has triggered me to go and find out what, how, why, you know, all those things. So I would not necessarily say I would conclude, or I would just find a way around saying I'm not just a people's person, I am one of the people. So if something affects the people, I am affected by it. So why don't I, if I say I have a gift or I have some level of influence, stand up for the people? Somebody has to be a has to be a Joseph or a Moses or a Jesus. So if it is in you, if something annoys you, rather than complain, take action and be a solution rather than be a naga. And I'm not going to be around people that are complaining. I'd rather get something done. And that's why someone of my technocratic experience doesn't have to sit down at home and wait for one dish. No, I'm a human being. I'm affected by policies. I'm a businessman. So why don't I go into rooms that can influence and change things for my people? Because if I am, almost every Nigerian at this moment is floating. If there are so many people that are floating or cannot swim and they keep on pressing, I will drown. So rather than let everybody drown, and let us all come up together so I can have peace of mind in my community and my neighborhood. So the people need to be lifted so that we can all float together.
Wow, the people need to be lifted so that we can float together. That is the word for you. If you are a constituent of the Ikeja Constituency I, that's a word from our brother here, and I tell you that you watch out for him, watch out for Oyebiyi in this dispensation. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Àsìkò ti wá tó báyìí, gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà,